Well, hello friends. We are in my itty bitty root cellar. And I've got some of my stuff I got here. I've got bins stacked up everywhere. I'll show you the bottom. Hold on. All the way to the floor. There's bins stacked up and cabinets. These came out of my mom's house. And I got stuff in there. Oh, I got cream of mushroom soup in there. I thought it was out. I'll be darned. See, I got stuff like, I'll show you in here. I don't have a whole lot in here. But it's just my husband and I. I got my cake mixes, cereal, cans of soup. I got my shelves lined with newspaper. And I got my barbecue sauce and stuff up there. Noodles. I don't know what I got. See, that one's empty. I'm not going to worry about that one's empty too, because, you know, I got some pineapple and stuff down there and more bags. I got another little shelf there that's empty, but you know what? And that's what I got to take upstairs. Some of my jasmine rice. Love that. I've got these bins. That one and all these bins on this side. It's so small in here. And let's see. These bins here, them two bins, are all freeze-dried foods. That's just beans and pasta and powdered milk, which is not freeze-dried, but then I got my jams down here, more beans, more freeze-dried foods, and my vinegars that I use on the bottom there. So people kept asking to see my root cellar, but it's nothing phenomenal down here. But I do have, this is freeze-dried veggies. I got a new container. Let's see. Yep, red peppers. These are going to be stacked to the ceiling. But I do sell some of these, so it works out nice. Got celery, onions. That's for veggies. And this is powdered milk. I did a gallon of milk. And I've got my dairy section right here. That's all my powdered milk, my sour cream. I want some of that too, because I'm going to need some of that 4-hour. I'm going to need some jasmine rice to fill my container too. Oh, let's see. I know I have a bag of rice. No, maybe I don't. Anyway, I need this. Because we're going to do a chicken and rice. Chicken, broccoli, and rice. Some freezer meals, like a casserole for today and one for later. I got cream of mushroom soup upstairs, so I don't need any more of that. I'm going to have to start stocking up for winter, you know. So this cabinet here, you can't see it there, but this cabinet here is going to be all my canned soups that I get for easy meals, you know, and my mayonnaise and mustard and ketchup and all my condiments. It's going to go in there. But the rest of it is going to slowly be filled up. I shouldn't say slowly. I've been filling it up rather quickly. So with all my freeze-dried stuff. But I am selling a lot of that. So I got asparagus in the freeze dryer right now. And I freeze-dried. I'll show that to you if it gets done. It's been going for 2 days, friends. That asparagus is taking forever. But I put it in there unblanched, just raw, unfrozen. I just snipped it and cleaned it and put it in there. And I didn't cut it up. It's whole pieces. So it's going to take a while. But I wanted it like that. So it'll get done. Anyway, there's not much really down here. It's oatmeal. But I'll show you. You can see it inside this big bin. These are full. All full of freeze-dried. These are meats. This is burgers. And it's real lightweight. They almost feel like styrofoam. These are burger patties. And I got 4 burger patties in there. I got potato soup down here, turkey burger stir fry, more burgers, more potato soup, ham and potatoes. This is mostly my meats down here. Crock pot chicken fajitas. That's wonderful. Crock pot chicken fajitas, man. I love these ready-made meals that we put together. This one's scalloped potatoes. So, you know, that works out wonderful. And if I don't feel like cooking, you know, in the summer when it's really hot and we're busy outside, I can just rehydrate one of these with nice boiling hot water, and it will heat it right up just like that. So it's wonderful. I love the freeze-dried stuff. These are all, oh, this is freeze-dried fruit. But I don't have a lot left down there because, and this will go down there. Hold on. All I got is black sweet cherries because my grandbabies ate all the fruit. So, and that's oatmeal that don't go in there. And there's my rice. Oh, you know what? This is all rice. And this one, so. I'm going to take a bag of my jasmine rice and leave my jars alone. So that works good. I have a lot of that. What in the world did I do with that? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of room to move down here, but it's not, you know, I don't come down here and spend time down here. I come down here and put stuff in and go, and up above on this shelf, up above this big shelf, I got a 25-pound box of dehydrated potatoes. So, that's it for my root cellar. Nothing fantastic, I'm telling you. It's just slowly getting packed up, and beans and rice and freeze-dried foods and odds and ends down here. We're gonna do chicken and rice and broccoli, like a cheesy casserole. And I'm gonna do a couple of them for the freezer. But anyway, you just got to see my root cellar, which I told you is nothing fantastic. It's just nice to have that extra room. It's like an overflow. I would never have room in my pantry for my freeze-dried foods. So, and I grabbed this rice from down there because I need it in my container. Because that's what we're going to use today for the chicken casseroles. Okay, friends. I am going to make our rice. You got to pre-cook your rice and your chicken. So, I take all this out of here because I don't need all that in there. All right, let me plug this in. Wrong side. All right, I'll turn it this way so you can see. Well, it's backwards. Ha! That's funny. Anyway, I've got 4 cups of rice in there, okay? And I'm gonna also put 4 cups of water in there. There's 2 and 4 cups. So you're definitely gonna wanna mix this up because you want this all wet. You don't want none of it sticking on the sides. All right, I'm not gonna do anything else with that except put the lid on. I'm gonna pressure cook it for exactly 3, no, we're gonna go down, for exactly 3 minutes. And then we're just gonna let it slow release for 10 minutes. That's it. We're just going to leave that sit there and cook all on its own. Okay, we are going to cook. I got 10 pounds of chicken right here in my big container. Okay? These are from my local butcher, so chances are they're still together. I'm not going to line this pan because, get off there. Aren't those gorgeous? I'm not going to line this pan because I want to be able to collect that juice. I don't want it all soak into the paper. So let's see. You know what? I think I'm just going to fill this pan. We only need about 4 pounds. Let's see. There we go. We'll use that one. We only need about 4 pounds of chicken breast. That's good enough. I'm going to put this lid on it. I'm going to get this back in the fridge so these aren't sitting out. Okay, now with this, I'm going to take the rest of the chicken and make it into either nuggets and strips for the freezer, because my grandbabies love that. So, lots of pepper. Everybody loves lots of pepper. We're going to put salt on here. Nice amount. You got a lot of chicken there. Okay. We're going to do garlic, and I'm just going to sprinkle it on. Beautiful. Okay. Just season it to your liking, and season it with anything you want. I'm using salt, pepper, garlic powder, and paprika. And I need this because this will come out all in a clump. So let me put that paprika on there. All right. Okay, that's it. That's going to go in a 350-degree oven until it's cooked all the way through. Let me set my oven. I don't have anything in there. All right, we're good. And then I'll be back when the rice and this is done. All right, we're ready to put this together. I have got, let's see. I've got my chicken over here cooling off, and I'll cut that up as soon as I get everything else put in here, and that'll be the last I put in. I've got broccoli. You can use cheddar cheese. You can use any kind of cheese you want, but I'm using mozzarella because that's all I've got in my freezer. I'm going to put some sour cream in here, and normally I make my own cream soups, but because I've got this in my pantry, I'm going to use those 2 large cans and clear that out. Plus, I've got some beautiful rice in here. And we're going to take this out because this rice is going in there. It's 8 cups of rice. And we're going to put that in there right away. And this is jasmine rice. Come on. There we go. Okay, so we got our 8 cups of rice. Set that down. Now to that, oh, and it's steaming, we're going to add our cream of mushroom soup. You can use any cream soup you want. I'm using cream of mushroom. Normally, the recipe calls for 4 cups. I always put extra in because I don't want it dry. I like it real creamy. And that's why I also add sour cream to it. So with that, I'm going to add, it's about 2 1/3 cups. So you can add anywhere from 2 to 2 1/2 cups of sour cream, depending on how creamy you want it. So we'll put this in there. I don't need this part. I don't want to get all that out of there. Put that in my sink. Let me toss this out. This makes an absolute wonderful casserole. We'll get this all mixed up. I got my Big Daddy bowl. I probably didn't have to have my great big bowl, but I love mixing in this. I like lots of room to mix. All right, we'll get this all mixed. That's going to take a minute. In fact, I'm going to get my wooden spoon instead. Oh, yeah. That one's my favorite. All right, now we can get this all incorporated and mixed really good. Now you can either bake this casserole right away for about 30 minutes because, you know, the chicken and the rice and everything's cooked in it already. Or you can just cover it, wrap it, label it, and freeze it. And it'll freeze for, you know, 3-4 months for you. Will be nice. But that's good and creamy. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of parsley in there because we love that. And I'm also going to put, I know my chicken is seasoned pretty good, but I'm still going to put a little bit more salt because I didn't salt the rice. So I want a little more salt and pepper in here. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I'm going to put the cheese in here. So the recipe is 8 cups of rice, 4 to 6 cups of mushroom soup or cream soup, 2 to 2.5 cups of sour cream, and 5 cups of shredded cheese, any kind you like. Got it over in front of me. I make a mess. Okay, that looks good. I might wind up putting a little liquid in there. I'm not sure. I don't like dry casseroles, but then again, I'm going to have the broccoli in there, so that's going to add a little bit of liquid to this. I'm just using broccoli flowerets. You could use any vegetable you want in here, but this is a chicken, rice, and broccoli casserole, so you can modify this casserole to fit your taste, whatever you like. That's one nice thing about casseroles. You can whip them together with just about anything. Okay, see that? That's looking good. Except I want a little more liquid in there. So I'll probably add some milk to that. All right, we'll cut this up. Let me move this aside. And your chicken, you want, you know, the recipe calls for 4 cups, but put however much or little you want in there. I just cut up bite size. Chicken always tastes wonderful if you roast it first, but you know what's nice? If you cook it in your Instant Pot, you've got that beautiful broth to go with it. And that would be something nice to add a little extra, you know, add a little extra of that for some liquid in your casserole. Beautiful. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to need that last one or not. pretty good. But I think I will cut this one up. Alright, there we go. You can shred the chicken too. It doesn't matter. But I am going to put a little bit of milk in here. And it's not too hot that it'll curdle my milk. The chicken cools down because everything else is that frozen, or not frozen broccoli, but my broccoli is cold. It's thawed, but it's cold. I think that ought to be good. That's about a good cup. All right. That did good. I think that's what I needed, just that little bit. So is what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one in the oven and one in the freezer. I don't spray the pan that goes in the freezer because I just can't, I don't know. I think that's just a personal thing. I don't like what it does in the freezer. So I don't do that. It just gets funky when it's froze on the edges, and oil don't freeze, you know. Now you can top these with cheese too. I'm not gonna with this one because there's a lot of cheese in this casserole. So I'm just gonna leave it just like this. I might put a little crumb topping on it. A little bit of breadcrumbs on it. But this one's gonna sit up here because this one's gonna go in the oven. Now this one is for my daughter's family. This is a bigger pan. And this is going to go in her freezer. Beautiful chunks of roasted chicken in here. What a gorgeous casserole. She's got 6 in her family. They'll devour this. Ha! I'll get all that in here. That was perfect. Okay. Now I know when she makes hers, she'll let it bake covered, and then she'll uncover it and she'll put more cheese on hers because her family loves that. I'm going to scrape that. We don't want to waste none of these goodies in this pan or this bowl. Quite a bit left in there. All right. I'm going to have dishes stacked clear to my ceiling. All right, so there's hers. Now all we're going to do with hers is wrap hers in aluminum foil. And then I'll wrap it with plastic wrap. And she saves me these Jiffy pans. They're reusable. You can wash them and reuse them. They're not flimsy like the one that's sitting on the stove behind me. These ones are reusable and they're nice. So she always saves them for me because, of course, if they want to refill, they got to send the pan back. All right, now we'll go ahead. I'm going to put some plastic on this. Double wrap it, but I do want to label that. And this is chicken, broccoli, and rice casserole. I gotta put down here mushroom soup. Just in case it stays in my freezer and I decide to cook it here, my husband would have a fit. So this is a bake at 350 for 30 minutes. Perfect. All right, we're gonna do it this way. I'm gonna wrap this entire thing just like so. Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. This one is ready for the freezer. All labeled. It's a heavy one. All labeled and wrapped and ready to go. I'm going to go put this in the freezer and I'll be back. Okay, so with this, I'm not going to put, I thought maybe it would be, you know, nice to put a little bit of breadcrumbs on the top, but I'm not going to. I'm going to bake it just the way it is, and it'll be wonderful. But I am going to cover it. I got my oven preheated to 350. So when this one's done, friends, we'll taste this one, and you'll see how it turns out. I have the one chicken breast left that I cooked for the casserole, and I really didn't need that one. So you know what? I decided I'm going to make a little chicken salad with this. Just simple and easy. Nothing fancy. I'm just going to cut this celery up real thin and cut up some onion in it. And it'll be good. You could have this in a wrap or, you know, a sandwich. And my friend Alice is just such a sweetheart. She gave me, yesterday was my birthday, and she gave me a beautiful homemade loaf of wheat bread. And she grinds her own wheat. So I'm excited to try that. And I think this onion's going to be okay. It did start growing a little bit, but I'm not going to use the whole thing. I like it cut up nice and thin, little pieces. I have to make some pasta salad, some of my tuna pasta salad, so we'll be doing that in a video here soon too. I'll show you how I make that. My daughter wants some for her fridge for the week. because now they start grilling out now, and they love the way I make it. All right, we're just gonna chunk this up. If it shreds a little, that's fine. I don't want too big of pieces in here. Okay, we got that good. We're not going to need anything else in there. That's going to be just perfect. Nothing fancy in here. I don't even have to, gotta have parsley in there. I love parsley in there. And I always gotta have a little extra pepper, because I love pepper. Get mixed up real nice. It'd be beautiful on a wrap or on a sandwich, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on one of her slices of beautiful wheat bread, and I'm just going to have an open-faced sandwich. So there we go, friends. That is what I am having for lunch. An open-faced chicken sandwich on that beautiful homemade whole wheat bread and some watermelon. Okay, friends, this is baked and cooled off. So we're going to give this a try. And I'll show you how nice this turns out. The other one's in the freezer. My son laid claims to it. He says, oh, I want that one. He doesn't care for chicken, but he will eat a little bit of boneless, skinless chicken breast in a casserole. So I let him take it home. All right, this is how nice this turns out. And this cooled off too. That's beautiful. Look at that. That's a nice little serving. Isn't that gorgeous? So we'll give this a taste test. My husband won't touch this because it's mushroom soup. But you know what I'm going to do with this before I even taste this? I'm going to cut this into like TV dinners. I'm going to freeze it separately for myself. That way if I want some and he wants something else, it works perfectly fine. So I'll cut it into servings and flash freeze it, and it'll be wonderful. All right, let's taste this. And it's not at all dry. Wonderful. Oh, I like that, friends. Well, that's it for now, friends. I just did the casserole and a little bit of chicken salad. Nothing elaborate. It's beautiful outside. It was raining this morning, so I'm gonna change my clothes and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna start weeding some of my garden beds so I can get them ready to be amended and planted. Thanks for hanging out with me in the kitchen. You all have a wonderful day. I will put this recipe in the description box. I hope you give it a try, and I'll see you in the next video. And thanks for watching.